There has been an update in the case of Shawna Cash. Shawna Cash was driving the vehicle that ran over police officer Kevin Apple in 2021 in an attempt to evade arrest. Shawna pinned Kevin Apple between her car and his car. He then was drugged under her car as she continued forward, and he was drugged through the parking lot of a White Oak gas station for approximately 150 feet. Shawna Cash's trial ended last week, and normally in Arkansas, people are sentenced as soon as they are convicted. But in Arkansas, there is a penalty phase with capital murder cases. So she had the penalty phase, and the jury has came back with their sentence. In capital murder, you have a choice of life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. So, in the penalty phase of a capital murder trial, it is typical for a person to have people testify to give reasons why, like mitigating factors, why they shouldn't be put to death, why they should be sentenced to life in prison instead. And Shawna was no different. She had several people testify. It says that two former elementary school teachers testified. They testified that Shawna was always very quiet in school. She didn't have many friends. There was reports from the Arkansas Department of Human Services that she would show up with infected tick bites and other health issues. That there were reports of SA in her past as a child, that health issues even led to a hospital stay for her. A former boyfriend of Shawna's, who is already in prison on something completely unrelated, testified that when he and Shawna were dating, Shawna moved in with him and his family as a teenager, and that at that time is when Shawna started using methamphetamine. That former boyfriend also testified that at one point Shawna saved his life when he tried to unalive himself, and he was hoping that now he could repay her by saving her life. Had Shawna been through a lot in life? I'm sure that she had. Did she have addiction issues? That's evident because you can see the difference in the photo where she got booked into jail and the photos of her now. She looks like a completely different person. I did not think that she would be sentenced to the death penalty, and um, because they don't typically sentence women in Arkansas to the death penalty, that's just the way it is. People have that sense of maternal value when they look at women, I believe, and it's more difficult for them to sentence women to the death penalty on an emotional level. That's my belief. I mean, but if you look at it, also, there aren't a lot of men on death row in Arkansas either. And she wasn't. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She has been seeing a psychiatrist. She has been medicated. She, I believe, is clean from drugs since she is in jail. And I do hope that she's able to do some things of value with her life, even from jail, with this sentence. We can't deny the fact that she did run over Kevin Apple while he was just trying to do his job. So, what do you think about her being sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole?